Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode and another week of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here this morning. It is Monday, everybody. Are you freaking fired up or what? I am pumped. I love Monday mornings. Call me crazy. Call me weird. I don't care. I love Mondays. So here we go. Today's episode is this: collision creates space. Thank you all for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. So, for any of you that checked out the Facebook Live yesterday, this is basically the same exact topic. But I noticed there was not a whole lot of views on there. So what I wanted to do was come on here and share about that, just basically repeating that. So if you watch the show, I apologize. I'm talking about basically the same thing. But what I wanted to share, and really honestly, I feel like I can go like a deeper dive into this because it was really a really awesome day on Saturday, and really had a bunch of conversations that really moved my life and the life of other people forward significantly. And I just really want to share that because it was real, it was raw, and it was awesome. So the concept that I'm talking about is collision. Okay, and in this sense of the term, I'm talking about colliding with another person or internally with yourself when it comes to belief systems or what you hold to be true, right? So if I believe that the sky is green, right? You're going to collide with me and tell me, no, the sky is blue. Well, for me, I might be colorblind and I might see the sky as green, and I'm going to hold true to that no matter what, right? But you collide with me. You say, "No, man, the sky is blue." And like there's better examples out there, but what this is this isn't a debate, right? Like the sky is blue, right? Obviously. But the point of collisions is for two different sides of a story to profess their truth as they see it. And one truth might not be more true, I guess is the better word, than the other. Like they can both be true in the same sense for each person, right? But collision creates this space where both sides aren't trying to debate to find out who is correct. You're colliding and creating this space for a new possibility to be born, where some things from what one person says can be true, and some things from what the other person says can be true. And you can create this mixed, better version of the truth as it stands for both people. And it's amazing. Like it's amazing what happens. And you can do this internally as well. Like if you are stuck in a situation where you don't know which way to go, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do in a job, you don't know what to do in your relationship or whatever it might be, there's this way to collide inside yourself, right? You tell yourself like, this is what is possible for me if I do option A. And then this is what is possible for me if I do option B. Which one do I truly believe? Well, it doesn't have to be black and white, right? Like you can you can collide those stories and take elements from both and say, you know what? Like if I'm able to pull this off, then this is what's possible for me. Like I'm limiting myself. You know, I talked before about putting yourself in this box, and collision is the way out of that box. It's freaking amazing. And the other thing about collision, okay, is that it sucks. Like it can suck. It's not enjoyable. a lot of the time. It's not pleasant. Like when you're colliding with someone and you get to I hope you all get to experience this. Like the examples that I had were both good and bad on Saturday. In the morning I was talking with someone, and it was just this very creative, inspirational, different, mindset thinking of like, wow, this, I could do this and I could do this and I see this possibility, and like, wow, you're into this, and like, this is so cool, right? And I left that conversation knowing that, there is a whole different possibility and world that has opened up for one person, right? And then in a second situation, there was this collision with a person that was just internalizing something, right? Just holding something inside that they couldn't get out, and they just were stuck into this. This is the way this has to be. I don't know what to do. You're just carrying around this crap, and it's not getting out. And colliding with that person allowed me and them to discover new things and to come up with different ideas and to come up with different possibilities and pathways forward, right? And it just was this just amazing experience, because like while we were in it, I mean, it was uncomfortable, like asking the uncomfortable questions, asking the things that you might not want to know the answers to, but you need to, right? Like we all want to ask comfortable questions. We don't want to step outside of our comfort zone, but asking those uncomfortable questions gets you the answers that you need, not that you want to hear. And that's the other thing. Like inside of these situations, you're going to hear some stuff that you might not enjoy. And that's just part of it. That's part of it. It really is. And at first, if you start getting into these collision situations, you might have already known, looking back on your life, like some of these major situations that came about, right? They can be fights, they can be arguments. And that's where growth happens, right? And it's not a debate where I'm right and you're wrong. It's how can we create a new possibility out of both of these, right? So, my challenge for you today is this: where can you either externally or internally collide with someone else or yourself? And how can you go about doing that? Now, this is a whole different thing. I can get more into the more specific trainings of how to go about collisions. I don't expect you to know how to do this. I don't want you to go debate people. I don't want you to go argue with people. Like there's a specific way that I can teach you about how to collide, and how I've developed a system for creating collisions inside of myself that then birth new possibilities for me. But I'll talk more about that here in a minute. But for today, what beliefs can you challenge about yourself? What, situations in other people can you challenge? Like nicely, be like, hey, like, are you sure this is what you want? Are you sure this is the direction you want to go? And just see what happens. Get into a conversation with somebody, get into a conversation with yourself. It might sound weird, but I have conversations with myself all the time about these things. Like I'll literally sit there and talk to myself. I probably look like a weirdo, but like I just hash things out, and I just think, and I just brainstorm, and it leads to new things and clarity for me, right? And I do that with other people. So that is my challenge for you. Like find someone that you can challenge about something, or challenge yourself. Just have a conversation that's uncomfortable. Get into a zone of uncomfortability with someone else or yourself, and create that space for collision. And you're going to create the space for clarity and creation. That is my challenge for you. Okay. So that's going to wrap up today's show. As always, thank you all so much for joining. Be sure to stick around and listen to another twist on an ending I have here for you, a little sneak peek preview and a little bit of an ad for you as well. So if you would like more access to some specific training from me, specific coaching from me, I'm stepping into that realm and I'm going down this path of becoming a personal coach as well. So if you would like more information on that, including this, more deep dive training into collisions and how they can benefit you, stick around, listen to this ad here in a couple seconds and get some more information. Feel free to check it out. As always, thank you all for joining. Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode or you just enjoy the show in general, please feel free to head over to the iTunes store and leave me a great review. It not only helps increase the visibility of the show, but brings in more people to share the message with. Also, if you're interested in accomplishing more in 2019 and becoming more involved in specific training that I have now developed and offer with regards to personal coaching, I want you to go to myleverageproject.com/routine coaching and check out what my new personalized one-on-one coaching program is all about. If you are finally ready for a change in how you approach your mornings and your entire day, head over to myleverageproject.com/routine coaching or simply click on the link in the notes section of this page and find out more today.